this fucking thing to do something. Seems like it's struggling. Now I think as long as this 30-minute candle can close bearish, then at least I can bring stops above the current 30-minute high and then expect the next one to continue down. Because then at least this 15-minute candle should be closing like a weaker bullish candle, and then if the next one breaks the high, I can close 50% and then close my entire position if we come above 144.460. So that's what I'm kind of looking at here. Yeah, because even if this candle closes weak bullish, the one thing that I've noticed is that even sometimes some candles are going to close against me, but it's when it breaks the high that it matters more. So as long as it can respect the high, I just want this 30-minute to close bearish, and then I think we're good to go. Obviously could get a little bit of a pullback with the next 30-minute candle, but we'll see. Yeah, I want it to close bearish. It's closed bearish, but it's a little bit of a weak bearish. So I'm going to bring stops above the previous 15-minute high. And then if we break this high right over here, then I'm going to close 50% and whatnot. But then if it runs, it's still going to run into profits. Yeah, because if this candle just comes down and breaks this low, then it's going to be nice easy sells for price to continue down. Yeah, I want this 30-minute to break this low right over here, and then we can continue down. If we break the high on the 15-minute, I'm closing 50%.
See, like the only problem with GJ's like entry lately is that one, like let's say 15-minute close bearish, then the next one pretty much straight away breaks the low, and it doesn't really give you a chance for the D1 to like hold for like a retracement, but for the top wick to be created or to just enter dance, and then just been a bit tricky. And I've noticed this yesterday as well.
Yeah, I mean it's been a difficult past couple weeks, but I mean I'm just gonna focus on making sure that I'm doing what I do normally, and just gotta anticipate things, and we have to kind of expect the volume to start coming back. Otherwise, we're just gonna be sitting on our hands until we start missing the moves, and then we're like, oh well, the volume's back. So
yeah, true.
Yeah, I do feel though it's like tricky when obviously it's breaking the low so early on, and then like you hesitate a little bit.
Well, you see, this 30-minute candle, it done a beautiful move. It created a top wick first, it did the retest, and then it came down to break the low in the second half of the 15-minute. So from a technical perspective, it made so much sense, for it to continue down, since it was breaking the low, in the second half after creating a nice retest wick. So right now, I mean, the previous 15-minute candle closed bullish, which, isn't amazing. But what we can, identify is that as long as this 15-minute candle, doesn't really break the high, there's a probability that it could just run down, break the low, and then continue into profits. So that's what I'm kind of banking on. But if we do break the high on the 15-minute, then it increases the probability we're going to come back to this area, which, isn't where we want price to go. So I would close half at that point and then let the rest run. Yeah, it seems like we could pull back a little bit here, but I was kind of expecting this next 30-minute to just potentially just continue down and break these lows. Yeah, I
It
know.
just seems.
Oh, go on.
I was saying, like, seems like at the moment, like it's breaking out in the range down, and then it's pulling back, and then it's like mucking about for a bit, and then whatever it does after that, it does.
Yeah, yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Because of the lack of volume in the London session, just seems like we're
Yeah,
doing that.
Definitely,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. See, there you go. I've closed 50% of the position, and now I'm letting the rest run because, yeah, I don't know. I thought that this was a range, right? If we take a look on the 4 hour as well, the reason why I anticipated this area was because of these wicks, but then maybe because we've tapped into this 4 hour support already, it becomes a little bit difficult. The other thing as well, I was looking at the 1 hour and I was like, this looks like this was a strong 1 hour candle, kind of like a break and retest on the 1 hour. So I anticipated this range to get filled. But yeah, I mean, if it doesn't play out, it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, but like you said though, like the 30-minute, come back up, nice wick to the top, and then broke the low.
Yeah.
So
So it felt right to enter.
Mhm.
You know, it's
It
something that I
looked like
wait
a
for a lot
liquidity
of
grab as
times.
well.
Sorry, mate.
I said it also, like, the way the previous 30-minute wicked up, it looked like it was like a liquidity grab.
Mm. Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, you could argue I could have entered sells on this retest, but then even then, I would have just had stops at break even right now, and there's not the necessarily that it's gonna play out. But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see.
To be fair, like last night when I was making an analysis, the area between 144 400 and 144 180, it's a 22 pip, but it does look like when you look on the 30-minute, there's a lot of messy range. But
Mm.
that range was created on the Asian session, which is usually like a low volume.
Mm.
And even on a 1 hour, it doesn't look great. But I thought, with the volume, that messy range, that weak volume wouldn't really be a problem, because if we get a volume, it should just literally just break down and close below.
Yeah.
But it's just a lack of volume. We just need a lot of volume to push down and close below.
Yeah. Yeah, see, it's kind of difficult because if I was awake, this is where I would have liked to have been in sales. This is the area where you're safeguarded because see, this is the thing. I think what's happening is where there's a lack of volume, we're getting caught, or I'm getting caught selling technically at the low because this is a low that price has made, right? So due to the lack of volume, clearly there's a retracement and then a continuation like what we saw yesterday. But in today's trade, the reason why I felt comfortable was because I waited for the 30-minute to close below. We got a retest and the next one broke the low of the previous 30-minute candle. And as you look on the 15-minute time frame, the 30-minute candle closed below in that second half of the previous candle. So we had a lot of strong bearish momentum, and then since we were breaking the lows, I was anticipating this candle to continue moving down, but it just seems as like it didn't want to do that at that point. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Could have, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have said like a minor resistance, but just a lot of times and a lot of the back testing that I've done, these are the type of entries that have worked out most of the time. And if they're just not working out at the moment, then it is just a volume issue. But yeah, maybe this could easily flip back bearish. Sometimes it's gonna break the high and then it's gonna continue down. So that's why I'm leaving 50% to run. But yeah,
I think it's definitely like the issue with the volume.
mm. Yeah,
London has been very different lately.
it has to be. It has to be a volume issue, because otherwise, we see these moves happen all the time. We see these moves play out all the time. The other thing as well is, if we look at the daily, right? We've broken the low of the previous daily candle. We have clean move to the left. If we take a look at the 4 hour, 4 hour has broken below support, right? We have clean move. We have these wicks to fill down over here. This is kind of all my, my thinking here.
Yeah, I've had like the same thinking. To be fair, my first entry, I was thinking possible entry was on the break and the close below 144.445. But then we've had that wick, so I thought it's better to have like a better entry where the daily candle flips bearish, and it also breaks the previous low. If you look on the left, that's where the previous daily bottom wick was made. I thought that will increase the probability for sells.
Yeah. See,
I think it's just the issue with volume.
yeah, I mean, see, that's the thing, right? We've got below the previous daily low. This is where the market opened as well. There was a lot of confluences for price to continue moving bearish. So, yeah, I mean, if I can just manage my risk and get out of a trade, with smaller risk, then that's fine. That's perfect. Because imagine if this 15-minute candle closes like a weak bullish, then the next one could break the low, and then we continue moving into profits. So, but I don't particularly want to add an entry back on. Not particularly.
I think it's looking good because the previous 30-minute, it closed below the previous daily candle. And even the 15-minute closed below the previous 15-minute candle. So I think it still looks good.
Yeah, I think you've just tapped into the 4 hour support, and then you just retrace a little bit, and now it should continue.
Yeah, I agree. If this candle breaks this low right over here, then yeah, we're gonna continue down, and this was just a pullback. It's just a pullback. Bro, don't mind this. You know better, but I think you sell very late. I don't think I've sold late. I think if you think about what's been happening in the market recently due to lack of volume, yeah, you could say that. But the issue I have is that this move happened in the pre-London hours, which is when we're not on the charts at this point. So we can't take this move here, and then you could argue as this candle's coming up, you could look for sales somewhere over here for price to continue down. But for me, most of the times that I've entered in on a retest, it just goes straight back in the range. And the reason why is because I never waited for the confirmation of it breaking the next candle low. So it wicked up, it broke the low of the previous 30-minute candle. So we was anticipating, since this candle closed, it was a healthy bearish candle. So I think this 15-minute is just an initial reaction to the level that we're at, and that we should, either this one's going to print like a weak bullish, and the next one should break the low right over here in the second half of this 30-minute candle, and then we should continue down. That's what we're kind of looking at here. Because though it's broken the high, if we can see how much it's retraced already, you can see like a fairly strong bearish candle on the 5-minute. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to have to wait and see, but I've got 50% running. That's because I want to see if this 30-minute can continue this move bearish, but there's always going to be conditions that it doesn't work out. Exactly. I got win this setup many times, but it's just so stupid during the last few weeks. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, when these moves happen, people are going to be like, yeah, I got in over there, and it's like, so when the same entry was a week ago, didn't want to take it. But you got to stick to your plan. Anyway, let's see what the other pairs are doing. is gold. Let's take a look at gold. So it looks like the daily is trying to move bullish over here. Doing like a retest of this support maybe. Let's take a look on the 4 hour. So looking on the 4 hour, gold created support right over here for gold to continue up, but right now it's at a 4 hour resistance. So I mean, if gold breaks above this resistance, then it can continue moving bullish up to maybe like 1865, 1864, somewhere like this. Let's put our resistance up over here. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, yeah, gold is at resistance right now.
I've had a nice paper trade on gold last night.
Oh, beautiful.
The entry was at 1833.
Yeah.
And full target position was at 1837.45.
Nice.
And literally there was like no drawdown at all. I mean, it was a paper trade, but it's an idea that's playing good for the week. So I think I might execute on gold for this week.
Yeah, nice. I think gold, as it's breaking the highs over here, should continue moving up, but it has this issue area.
Yeah, that's what I'm keeping an eye on.
So I can see that GJ 15-minute candle closed bearish. So I believe the next one should continue moving down also, but we're just waiting on gold here. So yeah, looking at gold, if we start to break above 1842 500, I think we're gonna see a nice move coming up to, I'd say your good first target is going to be this area right over here. And obviously this is going to be your second target. Man, I hate when it does that. Yeah, if you look at the 30-minute now, you can kind of envision this candle moving clean. As long as it can... the only issue is this candle closed with barely a wick to the bottom. Delicate. You know what? I think I could bring my stop potentially above this high right over here, because then if we break this high, it makes no sense to hold the sells at that point. So the risk is like 5 pips. So we should respect this high and then continue moving bearish. Otherwise, then yeah, this is just hit a bit of a rock bottom phase and nothing we can do. But it could wick up, continue down, but the fact that 15-minute candle closed with barely a wick to the bottom, it makes it very difficult. Very, very difficult. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, we'll see. I mean, if it doesn't, then we manage risk, and that's all you can do. You know, as long as you manage your risk, right, it sets you up for the, you know, your next trade and your next trade. You know, you can take 3 losses, but if you manage your risk and you come out with smaller losses than you anticipated, then, you know, one good win and you're right back into profits at that point. So, you know, it's important to, you know, it's important with the psychology of losses. It really is. But if this candle flips and we start breaking these lows, then I think we're going to continue moving down at that point. But if we break this high right over here, I'm out of the trade. And it is what it is. Yeah, I think we're going to get stopped out here in a sec. I'm running into a little bit of drawdown. Yeah, about to get stopped out. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a losing trade here. Seems like we've hit a bottom. Yes. Yeah, very tough situation at this point. Doesn't really. Yeah. Yeah, I mean the only way I could have avoided the loss was if I entered in on the retest. But then even then I wouldn't have got my 10 pips, so I would have had stops at break even and then it just being a break even day. So I mean, yeah, either way the volume wasn't there because it doesn't make, you know, if price can't even move 10 pips, there's no volume. Good morning. I have AUD short now around 0.77300. I'm BE right now. Nice work. Morning all, morning. How long have you been trading? I've been trading around probably like 4 years in total. Everything, education, learning. Yeah, about 4 years. GPJPY directional bias from the daily chart is bearish, so we should see it going lower. I see price returning back to opening price before moving lower. Yeah, maybe, but we kind of already did a retest of that. That's why I was like confident in the original sell bias, because we did the retest, we tapped it, we rejected all this area, you know. Like if you look at it from a logical perspective, right? We had I'm about to get stopped out. We had this support over here, right? We look for this setup all the time, right? We had these rejection wicks, so you're like, okay, difficult situation, fine. Candle closes below support, perfect. Next one respects the high, does a retest, and then breaks the low. This is where you're entering, expecting volume to continue price down, and then that's it. You know, the next candle closes bullish, next candle closes bearish, but closes no wick to the bottom, and then now that's why we're seeing this candle come right back up to this area. So the only way, you know, you could look for sells is by seeing a resistance over here again, you know, but then now you have this area, which is obviously concern for issues. Otherwise, you know, we've obviously hit a price here and there's nothing we can do. You know, this could be like a level where there's a bot that wants to do something or other, and that's just it, you know. But yeah, the sales made sense. That's it. Like, it didn't play out, you know. So there we go. All out of the sales with 8 minutes left. Opening price at 12 a.m. Well, 12 a.m. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna come back to 144.750. That would mean we'd have to retrace this whole consolidation. Nah, I'm not sure about that one. I think the return of the midnight candle. Draw a line from opening price to 5 a.m. Well, like a trend line. I don't know what time 12 a.m. is in my time. Are you talking about Asian Open? What are you talking about? I'm so confused. Yesterday it was the midnight candle. I don't know, like, this is the midnight candle. That's the midnight candle for me. Midnight candle is 1 hour before Asian Open. This was the Asian Open candle. This was the Asian Open candle, right? And this was the midnight candle. Yeah, that's .00. This candle right here. I'd say the only maybe thing that maybe could have signified is this weaker bearish 30 minute. But by then, I was already in the sells.
Yeah, like sometimes when we break support and then we have a weak candle in your direction, sometimes not a great sign. I may need to pull back.
Yeah, but the thing is it doesn't really make a difference anyway, because
No.
I mean, I entered in based off the break of this low, which we see happen a lot of times and plays out most times. How can I send you my chart? So you want to go to the little camera, and you want to scroll to the right, and then you want to copy the code from where it says /X and then all the way to the other end. That's what you want to do. Missed them Euro NZD sells. Missed the Euro NZD sells yesterday. Exactly what we spoke about on the stream. Price moved up, faked out, corrected the whole thing, and then below this area just dumped. But it's pretty messy right now on Euro NZD. We have a resistance over here. Looks like we created support. Yeah, we're just in the dirty range right now. GU's trying to move bullish. GU moved bullish overnight, but GJ didn't. EJ is moving bearish. Ooh, EJ sells look super clean. Yeah, I think EJ should continue moving bearish. But GJ has just been a pile of shit. Man, hopefully Wednesday, Thursdays we should see some better volume, and then we can actually catch some nice moves. If I have 2 wins Wednesday, Thursday, then then it's all good. But if we keep moving like this for another week, man, this is just eating profits. But I mean, yeah, you just gotta learn from every loss, I suppose. Every loss is an opportunity to learn. Because I know if I was awake, I would have been in sells right over here, and then I would have got my 10 pips. If you look at the structure, we had this bullish, and then we had a break, pullback. So you could argue, yeah, maybe I'm getting caught selling at the low because this was the structure, this was the break. But then a lot of times it just continues. I don't know, fuck it. See if we respect this area. Create resistance to continue moving down, we'll see. Why didn't you wait for a retrace? Because I had the confirmations that we would continue further bearish. I took a sell when we had a candle closing below. The next one breaks the low. It's the same entry I've taken for the last 3 years. 2 years. Sometimes this is gonna happen, but this is kind of like the risk that you take. When you take the breakout trade, you can always get caught on a retracement. Or on a retracement, you can always get caught on that. So plus there was a lot of higher time frame confluences. We were breaking the daily low. The 4 hour I spoke about was breaking below support. We should have a lot more volume than this. This is just shit. At the end of the day, this most weeks would continue. I mean, come on, guys. Have you seen some of the crazy fucking 80 pip, 50 pip moves we've seen in London where it just runs? You don't even get a candle that closes against you, and everyone's like, it didn't pull back. Yeah, because London session usually doesn't pull back, and usually it does just go crazy and move like 50, 60 pips. So I'm saying it's just not doing that at the moment. So yeah, I mean, so yeah, TV Stop Studios, if you want to send me your chart, it's gonna obviously make a lot more sense, but make sure you send it in with like a piece of text, you know. Yeah, that's the same with me. I always like to catch a volume push. I'm looking to catch momentum. So yeah, I mean, this candle's closing like a weak bullish candle in this range. That's funny. You don't aim for a larger stop loss? No, I don't aim for a larger stop loss. I'd rather keep the losses small, and yeah, that's what I'd rather do. Imagine if it runs down now, man. That is just gonna be. Because the 1 hour candle closed. 1 hour candle closed like a doji candle. This is just gonna run. 30-minute candle closed like a weak bullish candle, also like a nothing candle. This is one of those. We're either gonna surpass these lows and we're just gonna see a big drop, and it's just very unfortunate, or this is generally, you know, we can't break below, and now we should start to head back up to this area to maybe form resistance. Yeah, it depends. We've got London open volume here, so it could go either way. Gold. Ooh, looks like gold broke above. The gold setup. Yeah, I think gold, if as long as it respects this low over here, it should continue moving bullish to 1844 500 and then on to 1847. So it's like the first. We spoke about the entry. I told people once we break above 142 500, that gold first target would be 1844 508, and then the second target would be 1847 020. He did speak about it. Sometimes what's going to happen is you're going to get a bearish candle that's going to close above, and then the best opportunity on gold is the break of the high of that candle to continue up, but you're accepting you could miss it. So we had GJ sells here. It's kind of like a 4 pip loss. Stuck in GBP USD. Yeah, look at that. We've broken the high right over here. This is just a lack of volume. This is all this is. You don't give your buyers another chance. I kind of stopped doing that because a lot of the times the second sells didn't work out. But yesterday, yesterday, had I've re-entered, it would have worked out perfectly. And you know, from yesterday, the mistake that was made was, okay, let's say I'd waited for the 30-minute candle to close, then it would have closed in a wick, so I would have missed that. And then as it created resistance over at this low right over here, we could have taken sells and then had a really easy, nice winning sell. But in today's situation, again, I thought, okay, let's wait for the 30-minute candle to close and break below support. It did. So now I'm looking at, okay, can we break the low and continue down? Didn't do that. So but yeah, I mean, if we see something really nice, then potentially, but to be completely honest, I don't know. If this is doing this, I'd rather come back tomorrow where maybe we're gonna have better volume. Sells is coming. I don't know yet. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, let's get some music on here. Oh, look at that. We're retracing the whole move down. Yeah, it is what it is. You can't control a fake out. But yeah, the week's not over yet. 2 small losses to start the week, but usually I'm in a lot more drawdown for Monday, Tuesday, so this is it's okay. Monday, Tuesdays are my worst days, man. Especially when the market's not moving the way that it usually does. Is there any way of sending a screenshot to the stream? I wanna send my trade from yesterday. I don't think there is. If you want me to like take a look and give you feedback, I mean, you can send it to me on Instagram and I can like talk you through it. But yeah, I'm not really sure how you can do it in that way. Yeah, the only way you could have caught 10 pips was taking the cells up over here. No, I didn't see your chart, I'm afraid. You have to put it in with chat, like what you just did, and then put it right next to it. Yeah, I think this is just all a volume issue. Just London session is volume is just, yeah, it's just awful. Looks like we're right back in the range. Yeah, looks like GJ's coming back in the range, but we'll have to wait to see if it can create like a minor resistance here for price to continue down. Let's look at gold. Oh, gold is coming back in the range. Yeah, that's why maybe it was best to wait for that 15-minute candle to close above this area, and then if the next one broke the high. EJ also retracing. Wow, look at that. Real lack of volume here. See, even EJ breaking below and then boom, right back. Your NZD trying to break above this resistance. The only issue we have, if we have this area over here, it's going to cause some issues. It's kind of like 13 pips away. Yeah. GU also struggling. I mean, look at that. How'd you get that much volume in the Asian and then like this in a London session? Like, compare that for a minute. This is what you get in the Asian, and then this is what you get in the London. But no, I didn't see your chart there. Oh, look at that rejection. What's happening over here? Waiting for GJ to close below 144 for a short. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna get all the way down to 144, like, to be able to take sells in today's session. That's quite a way away. But there you go. I tell you, sell is coming. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's breaking the low of this 15-minute candle over here. No, I won't be re-entering, because then this is gonna be. It's like a 10 pip. That's a 10 pip stop. 11 pip stop. Nah, no re-entry over here for me right now.
Got to head off for about an hour, but I should be back by the end of the session today.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, good luck, everyone.
Yeah, do what you gotta do, everyone. Are you going now, are you?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. No worries, mate. I'll see you in a bit. Sweet.
Cool. See ya.
Yeah, looks like we ranged in this 5-minute area. Right, and then now we're starting to break down. So I think maybe wait for this 5-minute candle to close. Those looking for sells. I would have got stopped out. Second entries, I'm still in from the 1 hour previous break and retest, expecting it to respect 460. Yeah, nice. I mean, yeah, the only issue about that is it did break this 1 hour high, so that's the only issue. But yeah, it looks like it would it looks like it should continue down. Ooh, look at that, 5 minutes. Yeah, that's why I wouldn't want to re-enter in. Big retracement there. Ooh, look at that. Look at that retracement. Are you hearing a static noise? Do let me know if you hear a static noise. No one tells me these things, man. So, it seems as though the 30-minute is closing bullish. No, yes. Right, I don't like this song. Okay, we're just still kind of waiting over here for something to happen. I mean, look at this just lack of volume. The Asian session has been getting all the volume these past couple of days, last week. Yeah, it does seem like it. Does seem like there's been more volume in the Asian session than there has in the London session. That is for sure. Oh, the 30-minute candle closed bearish. Yeah, if we break this lower over here, I think GJ is going to continue down. Not really sure if there's enough range to be selling over here at this point though. Yeah, so it's breaking the lows over here on the 30-minute time frame. Let's take a look on the 15-minute. 15-minute candle has also broken the low. Should continue moving bearish over here now. Same as yesterday. Yeah, this should continue. This should continue moving down. We should reach like 144, 280, something like that. Anybody get into these sells? For me, I just don't want to take a re-entry right now. I want to wait. Yeah, if this is a break and retest, then we're gonna fly down, I think. Looking at the structure in the 1 hour, we should head further bearish. Man, what is with these weird ass songs? Let's try different. Let's go back to this one. Use the 50 and the 200 moving average. I don't use moving averages. I don't like them. I think they cloud my vision. Okay, I'm gonna make a drink quick, and I'm gonna be back in around 5 minutes. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Bear with me, guys. See, even that drop on the 30-minute candle where it broke the low and continued down, that was still only 9 pips. Looks like we're continuing bearish over here. I think our next target's incoming. What a tough day, man. What a tough few days on the London session. I mean, these last few weeks have just been really not how we wanted it to move. I mean, like, that looks like a, oh wow, yeah, price moved a lot, but I mean, it's like a 20 pips. It's only just moved 20 pips from the breakout over here. That's all it's done. Euro NZD trying to break up. GU trying to create resistance to potentially continue moving down. Gold. Oh, gold came right back. Oh, gold came right back up to that area. Yeah, created support. Oh, that would have been really nice buys on gold right over there. Yeah, man, I just don't get GJ at the moment. I don't get it. A bounce is incoming at 144, 185. Maybe. Yes, support 195. Yeah, definitely. But this was just disgusting, man. I mean, yeah, really bad price action. The only thing that's positive, the only positive outcome was that we anticipated this move down. We anticipated this whole drop, you know, from 144 440 all the way down to 142 280. This was the trade right there. This was the move, right? This was the range. But we came down, we hit this area, we had a little bit of a pullback, and the thing is, right, the annoying thing about it is that this was the retest. This candle right over here was the retest. But this candle at the 8 a.m. it wanted to come back to do a liquidity grab. So this was a liquidity grab. So let's take a look on the 5-minute and see how we could have identified that liquidity grab. It was right over here. We broke above and then the candle started to go bearish. We came back to support. That was just tough. That was just real nasty. Let's take a look at the higher time frames here. Let's take a look at the daily. Yeah, I think daily's gonna continue moving bearish though. I think we should at least hit 144 100 looking at the 4-hour. Yeah, because if we continue moving bearish, I mean, yeah, 144 144 should be incoming over here. 1 hour time frame. See, like when you look back, it just looks so simple, doesn't it? You know, price makes a low pre-London, retracement, liquidity grab, candle closes bearish for the 8 a.m. break of the low to continue down. See, you know what's frustrating is that when I looked at all my data and I looked at, okay, what's holding me back? What's holding my profitability back? And one of the things that I found was a lot of the times the second entry that I gave trades also lost. So I found that around 70% of the trades where I take a second entry loses. So I cut it out. I said, okay, I'm going to aim to take one trade a day. And if I lose, I lose. But if I win, then I win, right? And now you can see both Monday and Tuesday, both trades lost to start with and then have played out afterwards. So, yeah. I suppose it is what it is at that point. But isn't it funny though, how we had like at least 70 people when I was in a trade, but the minute I'm not in a trade, we go down to 30. You know, it goes to show the amount of people that actually want to learn. You know, and those who just want to copy and make quick money, which is not going to happen. Wow, look at the price action on GU. How disgusting. How disgusting. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Appreciate what you're doing. Greetings from the States. Oh, nice. Whereabouts in America are you from? But no, I appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. Looks like GJ is gonna continue down. Oh, you're from Pennsylvania. Nice. Awesome. Didn't take it due to the range. Yeah, I see that, because even once we started breaking below these lows, I mean, there wasn't that much range. There was like 9-10 pip range. It's not really a massive range, but I mean, the sells made sense. We gave the sells a try and we got caught out in a pullback, and it is what it is. What is a breaker? Oh, I have no idea. In what context? In what context is a break? In what context do you mean? Sorry. This is an alright song. Add that one to the playlist. EN's moving up. EJ's doing jack shit. GU completely ranging at this point. GJ's coming down. Gold is moving bullish. Yeah, gold is moving bullish. Ooh, look at that entry again on gold. Break of the high right over there. Meanwhile, GJ's playing games. Looks like we're rejecting that area now on GJ. Those double wicks though, yeah, it kind of makes sense why we're rejecting this area. What strategy use? I wouldn't say necessarily a strategy. We just look for, oh no, like kind of like you see here we have consolidation. So when we have consolidation, we would then wait to see if we can get like a breakout. So we had consolidation all through the Asian session. Then we had this initial push down, taking sales, and then obviously we took a loss over here because we got caught in this pullback, and then the move happened, right? But effectively, the idea is that we're trying to catch moves and identify like support resistances, and so in this area we had consolidation, so it's a no trade range, and then we had volume coming into the market to break out. So we was anticipating a continuation of that volume. It just so happened that obviously I had to manage risk because of this pullback that we saw. This was the pullback that we got caught in, and then continued down from there pretty much. You know, so that's what we kind of look for. But I had sales somewhere over here. The target was down over here. Got caught in a pullback, closed positions, and then it continued. So yeah, it is what it is. full margin. Yeah. So yeah, it seems like GJ's having some issues at the 144.280 level. Feel like London is always slow. I mean, not always. Like, it's not always slow. I wouldn't say that at all. I mean, I think just recently, yes, recently, 100%, it's been dreadful. But I mean, yeah, last 3 weeks have been pretty bad. But January was a really good month. Yeah, January felt like a really good month, you know, and it did. I felt like January was the month that, you know, really set the tone for the year, and I was like, okay, perfect. You know, since January's moved really well, you know, February, March, you know, we should see some nice moves for the rest of the year. But it just didn't happen like that. Looks like GJ wants to continue down over here. Yeah, literally everything we anticipated was correct. Just too early at the station. I mean, this is where I had my original stop was above this high over here. That was where the entry was. So I mean, it never came to my stop loss. Like, even if I let a high, like maybe like 25% of the position run, it never came to my stop loss. But yeah, it is what it is, I'm afraid. Yeah, I'm hoping. I know there's been, I mean, there's a couple of positives, right? There's always a couple of positives. And the first positive is that at least we've seen now Monday, Tuesday move. You know, at least we've seen movement. Whether it be a lot or not a lot, we've seen movement. So, yeah. Like, at least we got 20 pip move in all, overall, sorry. That's still better than nothing, I suppose. Looks like GJ is going to continue moving bearish. Are you a student of Roger Bank? I mean, yeah, I've learned some things from Raja, but I have my own students now. But yeah, he's a great guy, good friend. I always say about how the best thing I ever got from him was about managing risk. Before that, I never really used to do it. I never used to really manage risk. I would just, you know, take the sell and play stop loss, and you know, that was it. But yeah, He made me like look at trades and be like, okay, well, how could I have taken a smaller loss? And now I just do it naturally. Yep, it is all risk reward because there will be one day that will win big and make up for those losses. Yeah, that's it. I mean, like, you know, the 2 losses that I've had to start this week basically equivalent to like just under 1 full loss. So 1 win and we're back in profit. 2 wins, 2 wins, and yeah, like, you know, we're up for the week. So that's just how the game goes. But yeah, I think as well, like, it's just not helping how the London session moves at the moment. But when it starts to pick up again, I'm sure we're going to be taking a lot of wins on the stream. But yeah, it looks like GJ is just continuing to fall and fall. So the next target for GJ is going to be 141, 110. Sorry, went to grab food. Did you take any trades? No, I didn't re-enter. The reason why I didn't re-enter was because I now have this 1 trade bias rule at the moment. Gonna see how that goes, because despite, even though the second entry would have won, I'm trying to stick to 1 trade a day and then see if that helps increase my profitability in the long run. And what is your broker? My broker right now is Vantage FX. Vantage FX. For anyone who needs a good, reliable broker, that's definitely one I'd recommend. The other one I'd recommend is Blackball Markets, and both are in the description on the live stream. I have an affiliate with both, and yeah. But the thing is, with affiliates, like, you know, a lot of people, they promote brokers they don't know, they haven't even got their own money with, you know. But Vantage, I've got my own money with. I've been with them for a year. That's why I recommend them, because they know from first-hand experience that they're good, reliable. And in terms of Blackball Markets, I know them personally, so that's why I recommend them. Why not IC Markets? I've heard they're pretty good, but just for me, I'm gonna stick to the ones that I know. Yeah, and I'm just kind of thinking like for the rest of the week, I'm gonna see if we'll wait for maybe like 8 a.m. because seems as though one sec. Hi, Vantage doesn't accept USA traders. Any other you can recommend? It should do. I mean, can't you do it? I think you can do it through Bitcoin and it will work. I think if you do it through Bitcoin, it will work. If you deposit through Bitcoin, I'm pretty sure. But if not, then I can otherwise recommend Blackball Markets. You can try Blackball Markets. I think they offer that if you have a crypto. I think as long as you do crypto option, it will accept you pretty much anywhere. But it looks like GJ is going to just continue running. Yeah, man, these sells were anticipated, but we missed. Well, I missed it. Man, that was the second time. So even like yesterday, price made a low, and then we broke below the low. It's the same thing again. We made a low pre-London, and then we broke below the low. Was that pre-London? No, that wasn't. That we made a low after London Open, and then we broke below the low. But yeah, I mean, you can use any broker you want at the end of the day, but you have to do your research with it. You have to do your research with brokers. That's the most important thing. We had this discussion, I think it was last Friday, why it's so important. Why can't we enter now sales on GJ? You can enter sales whenever you want to enter sales. But if it was me, I'd probably want to wait for a minor resistance at this point. Because, I mean, think about it. I got caught out with 2 bearish candles closing bearish. And then, we've got caught in a pullback. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles bearish. You never know, until we're going to pull back or come to an area, before we continue down at that point. To be honest, I'm thinking about taking some days off and wait till we get the volume back again. It's just so low volume in London recently. Usually it's going to run like 40-50 pips, not like this. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you could paper trade it. You could just paper trade it. Like you don't necessarily need to take some time off. But I think since we've had 2 moves, yes, they haven't been quite what we're used to, but we have had 2 moves in the London session. So I'm thinking that suggests to me that volume is starting to pick up again. So I think next week should be good, and hopefully maybe even tomorrow and Thursday should also be good. Especially if the weekly, since the weekly's flipped, if the weekly does, do like a retest, or, the 144, and then we start to come up again. I mean, we could see some nice volume on Wednesday, Thursday, but obviously we'll have to see. But yeah, it looks like the second target's going to be reached over here. Yeah, looks like price is coming down to 144, 120, which was the second TP. So both TPs have been hit, but without the trade. Oh man, funny times. But anyway, guys, if you've enjoyed today's stream, despite me taking a loss, you know, the idea was correct. We just entered in a little bit too early, and then, you know, the move happened straight afterwards, after 8 a.m. So if you enjoyed the stream today, drop a like on the stream. I really appreciate it. We've only got like 13 likes here so far, so if we can get a decent amount of likes, that would be good.
Oh no, it's dropped.
Oh, you're back. Yeah.
I'm back, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So as you can see, the anticipation was all there. The second target is now about to be hit, and yeah, I didn't re-enter him. So yes. But the only one common theme was, I mean, yesterday we had the volume to break down, but then we made a low, and then we needed to form resistance to continue. Fine. Kind of same thing here. It had to have some form of pullback or retest, but I thought this was the retest, you know. I thought this candle was the retest, but the 8 a.m. candle came up back into the zone and then rejected it. So I mean, had we have waited, yeah, we could have took a nice winning sell there and would have played out, but I mean, I thought the confirmations were there this morning, just didn't play out. But yeah. But the only positive note, which we were just talking about, was at least there's been a move, which does suggest that volume is slowly creeping back into the session.
Yeah, for sure. It was good 30 pips.
Yeah. But I mean, what a load of shit.
Yeah. Like, even still, apart from this candle now, the 30 minute, I mean, it's been still slow.
Yeah, I mean, look at these 15-minute candles. Oh, we were just talking about this. You know, we had, like, think about it like that, right? I mean, this move here had obviously more volume. But think about that. We only had 2 bearish candles when I took the sells. And we didn't even have volume to continue further than that. And over here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles. You know, that it took to basically move 20 pips. 6 candles to move 20 pips.
So it's an hour and a half.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, this is what I think I'm going to do some more back testing with Euro NTD, because if I can add another pair that I can confidently trade in the London session, then I'll be less focused on just GJ, because maybe the fact I'm focused on GJ is almost enticing me to take entries based on certain things, whereas, you know, if I saw, okay, I could potentially take EM buys, then I'd be like, okay, maybe we'll wait for GJ to like create some structure and then take sells, because it would make more sense. But it's just annoying because both times the analysis have been correct. That was yesterday and today, and they both did the move after getting caught out. But yeah, I think we just have to look at the loss, you know, really study these losses and just come back tomorrow. You know, that's literally all you can do. I mean, I think for tomorrow we're gonna wait to see if we do create a pullback and then a continuation, because too many times has there been these pullbacks, then we get some consolidation. So basically what's been happening, Okay, so this is what I've noticed now. You know, in terms of losses, you know, you can always learn something, and there's something that I have learned 100%. When we have a lack of volume, before a session, let's say this is support, and we break down and we close below, and then the next candle looks like it's going to move down, and then we get this pullback, right? That suggests that we didn't have the volume to continue that move down. Alright, so more than likely we're going to consolidate for a bit, and then we're going to continue that move down when we have lack of volume. But I mean, how can you anticipate a lack of volume? That's the hardest part. You can't anticipate a lack of volume. There only will be a lack of volume once you're already in the trade, or you even, you know, miss it, and then you're like, okay, well, I'm glad I missed it because there was a lack of volume. But you don't know until it's happened. But all we can conclude is that when there is a lack of volume, you know, there's this you know, price reaches like an area where it just can't go any lower, does a retrace, and then continues when we get the confirmation for further downside. And then, you know, as you can see, it did do that. But, you know, Kelsey, I was literally just saying, like, imagine the 1 week where I introduced my not too biased rule, and both times the second bias would have basically worked out, and I'd be in profit for the week right now.
Yeah, that was always going to happen, though.
Yeah.
Just call it.
Yeah. But there you go. So GJ is still dropping. GU is just doing nothing. EN's moving bullish over here. It's closed back above this support, so it should continue moving up. EJ back in the range, so lack of volume there for EJ. GJ's piece of shit. Gold did move bullish. We did call gold buys, but it became very difficult. There was a bit of a pullback for 8 a.m. and then it tapped into this support to continue moving higher. I also missed this because of the same reason. Keep up the good work, my friend. I appreciate that a lot. So yeah, like I say, guys, everyone drop a like on the stream. I really appreciate it. You know, it helps to spread what we do here. I mean, despite the losses, you know, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, you know, in any journey to success, there's always going to be setbacks. There's always going to be hurdles, and the difference is that the people who succeed are the ones that treat every hurdle as a lesson. You know, every setback is a lesson, and you keep moving forward, right? But you know, people who give up, you know, there's no room for that if you want success, and that's just a simple fact. So you know, these losses, yeah, I mean, you know, a little bit, it's affected me a little bit. You know, it does happen. When you take a few losses in a row, you do say to yourself, you know, am I wrong? You know, you know, and there's always something to be learned, and as long as you take a lesson from that, then you know, you almost paid to learn that lesson. So I mean, trust me, I've had my fair share of you know, losing weeks, etc. before I even became profitable. I mean, I blew 3 accounts, you know, quite quickly, and even on the last one that I blew, you know, I tried really hard to not blow it, but I did. You know, I'd had those lessons learned. Now I'm at a point where, you know, I got consistent, I got profitable for, you know, nearly a whole year. And along, you know, along the way, I had these sort of weeks, you know, along the way, and it's just about each time you have one of these weeks, you know, you just want to keep fine-tuning, keep sanding down, keep getting better, you know, just fight for every inch of success that you can get. So I'm sure we're gonna learn plenty of lessons from these days. So yeah, second target was hit. was just an easy, clean move later on with volume. So I mean, yeah, the next target, I think 144 is incoming here today. I think 144 is incoming. Exactly what I anticipated, which is obviously annoying, but yeah, it's what it is, I'm afraid. So yeah, there you go. Where is your entry? I had an entry right over here. This was the entry. Stops were above this candle over here, and then this was the target, right? So pretty much when we see a big strong bearish candle closing below support, 30-minute candle close support, I always wait to see if we can get a retest. Always wait to see if we can reject the area that we came to. We did. We rejected it, and then I expect volume to continue us down if we break the low of the previous candle. That's what happened, and we continued moving bearish at that point, basically. But over here, you know, it didn't happen like that. We broke the low. We had candles closing bullish. Then we had consolidation. Then we had a pullback, and then we saw the continuation. So I'm just going to take that forward into tomorrow and see if there's, you know, like a move, a little bit of consolidation, and then we can continue in that direction. But yeah, we're going to call it a day here, literally a minute. So let's do a little wrap up. So gold should continue moving up at this point. If we take a look on the higher time frames, you know, we have some clean traffic. We have approached an area of issue on the 4-hour, but I mean, if we do continue bullish, then we have good range at that point. Looking at GBP JPY, I mean, yeah, basically we broke below the Asian lows. You know, we never came above the Asian highs. We came down. We came down below this whole zone that I anticipated, and you know, now I think next stop is going to be 144 for this new 4-hour candle. You know, but yeah, so we obviously discussed the sells. Euro JPY, again, same sort of thing, right? Same sort of thing. You're expecting volume to continue us bearish, and we just didn't get that. You know, price moving down and then hit an area, boom, right back up in the range. Nothing you can do. Very difficult situation. Euro NZD did continue moving bullish. Spoke about close above this area, but better buys above this zone. But yeah, these buys did play out. It's like a 12-13 pip range. So yeah, I think the buys really were at 7 a.m. looking back, and the reason why they was at 7 a.m. because this was a previous support, and we closed back above this previous support and then created support to continue moving up. Yeah, these buys were like somewhere over here. This would have been a really good entry. And then you read it all the way up over here, slight pullback, and then again continuation. That was the move there, right over here, creating support above this resistance for price to continue moving bullish. And then GU is just go right now. It's in a range. It's just a load of shit. Yeah, just disgusting. So there we go. Hey, USD CHF set for long. You need to send a chart, but we are ending the stream now anyway. So yeah, it's too late, I'm afraid. So if you've enjoyed the stream today, drop a like. I know we had a loss, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're gonna come back tomorrow, do the same thing tomorrow. You know, hopefully we're gonna see some better volume now towards the end of the week. You know, at least we've seen a move happen. It makes me feel better that we see a volume push, because now I'm like, okay, we should at least catch some good moves maybe Wednesday, Thursday, when price is moving a little bit cleaner, and you know, if there's increased volume, then we're going to be laughing. You know, one win and we make all this back, and then yeah, it's going to be perfect. So thanks everyone for coming on, really appreciate it. Make sure you drop a like on the stream, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, And trust me, when the London session starts moving well again, we're all going to be looking back, laughing at these times. But these times are when it's most important to manage your risk. In my opinion, this is the most important time to manage your risk, without a doubt, when it's not moving exactly how you anticipate it. So there we go. So thanks very much, everyone, and we'll be back.